Now, in this economic times, there's a lot of talk and unfortunate happenings where foreclosures are happening. Do you have any methods of foreclosure prevention?
Yeah, so we have a staff. I have 5 full-time counselors and 2 part-time counselors that are available from approximately 8:30 in the morning to about 8 p.m. at night, and on Saturdays to work with people who are facing foreclosure. Through grants through the City of Elizabeth and through the County of Union, we're able to offer those services free to people who come in who live in those areas. And we help them to actually negotiate a loan modification with their bank. And in the situations where someone is really in a situation where they can't recover, so if you're unemployed and you haven't been able to find a job and you can't pay your mortgage, we're able to help you to move forward with a short sale or put your house on the market, and really will stay with you throughout the entire process.
Okay. Now, I understand that you have financial education programs for potential home buyers.
Yeah, so we do have a full-time home ownership counselor on our staff who also provides the free credit counseling, because we know that's one of the big challenges oftentimes in minority communities is that people have credit issues that are a barrier to them purchasing. So we help them to remove that barrier by working with them to really address the issues in their credit, but then also working with them around saving. And so we will partner with Proceed, for example, with their individual development account program. We'll work with the City of Elizabeth or with the county around their down payment assistance programs, and people can get up to $25,000 in down payment assistance if you meet certain eligibility criteria. And so we have found those programs to be very successful here in the city, and we will help people to move into home ownership that way.
Okay. I know we have a lot to cover because 25 years and 30 minutes. Let's see if we
Yes.
can do that. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back in a few minutes to discuss some more with Krishna Garlic about Brand New Day and their upcoming events. Thank you. Welcome back to the second half of our city. Joining me today is Krishna Garlic here from Brand New Day. She's the executive director, and we're discussing the fine work that they have done in the community for over 25 years. And the Brand New Day Gala.
Yes.
Correct me. I think I made an error earlier.
Yeah, it's actually scheduled for May 11th.
Okay.
And I know the mayor is confirmed to attend.
Okay.
It's happening at the historic Manolo's restaurant located in Elizabeth on the corner of 1st and Elizabeth Avenue.
Okay.
And they've been in business 30 years. So it seems appropriate that someone like Manolo's, who has been committed to being a restaurant and establishment in the Eport section of the city, and a business like Brand New Day that's been of service to that community for the same amount of time, would work together to celebrate such a great milestone for us. So,
Okay.
And it does begin at 6:00 p.m.
So now we established the correct date and location.
Yes.
What's the theme for this year?
Well, it's in fashion in New Jersey is the idea, and so the thought was that we would have some fun with being fashionable in 2010 and really looking into the future. So the theme is really celebrating the years of success and our growth over the last 25 years, starting from that one project that we did on the corner of 1st and Magnolia to now having millions of dollars of real estate that we've been able to rehab and construct throughout the city.
So you're going to dress like you did 25 years ago?
No.
Okay.
There won't be any of that.
Now, who are the honorees for this year, and what's the reason for selecting them?
Well, we're really excited about the honorees this year, and I mean, we are every year, but this has been a tough time for nonprofits, just as it has been for a lot of us in the country, right, with the economy and with the things that have happened. And there are people who have really stepped up and gone above and beyond with a lot of the challenges that have happened to the economy, and specifically with the foreclosure crisis and what we're facing. And so one of our honorees is PSE&G.
Okay.
As our corporate partner of the year, and they have been just wonderful around supporting real estate development and using what's called a neighborhood revitalization tax credit.
Okay.
And so they've been one of the businesses in the state who's really been just forward thinking with using that program that's available through the state to really help affordable housing development. PNC Bank is our financial institution of the year, and so William Best will be there to accept on PNC Bank's behalf. And they have been great with really understanding how the stimulus funding works for the country, and so how to partner with nonprofits about getting your projects moving, and really being willing to take a chance on something that's new, that the federal government has made as a new opportunity to nonprofits, and they've really embraced it and said, we want to be your community partner. And so that's been just absolutely wonderful. And then we have Christopher Hopkins, who's actually an attorney at Patton Boggs, and we're really just pleased to be able to say thank you to Chris. He does a ton of pro bono work for us, and we really appreciate Patton Boggs giving him the time to be able to put the resources that are needed in order to move our projects. For nonprofits, legal fees are something that are very expensive. You have to be really careful about protecting yourself. And so it's great that we're able to have him to really help us to move our real estate projects by his volunteerism. And so it's an opportunity for us to say thank you. And then finally, Fran Sullivan, who she is actually a professional editor. She has her own editing firm. She's the person who actually writes the Chamber of Commerce newspaper for the Greater Union Chamber of Commerce, Elizabeth Chamber of Commerce. And so she actually provides free editing services to us for our newsletter. And it's her volunteerism, her service, community service that she provides for us. And so we wanted to have an opportunity to say thank you and tell her that we were grateful for her service. And so she is our community person of the year. And so those are our honorees. And so we're very excited.
Now, in addition to the many things you just told us about, I'm quite sure you have some other activities taking place.
Yeah, I mean, we are also working with a number of residents in both Elizabeth and in Irvington around leadership development. And so I talked to you a little about that. Through our partnership with NeighborWorks America, which is a national intermediary, we're able to take people to some pretty intensive, detailed training that happens across the country. And so in October, we will be taking 8 residents from the city of Elizabeth and 8 residents from the township of Irvington to Kentucky for what's called a Community Leadership Institute. And so these are people who have volunteered and said, I am willing to work on what has been identified as a community problem in my neighborhood, and I'm willing to go and invest in training and learning how to organize, learning how to engage residents in problem solving, willing to write an action plan. And so Councilwoman Patricia Perkins Auguste is involved in helping us to work with the group here in Elizabeth so that we can take the group to travel and work on trying to increase the number of children who are using library services.
Excellent, excellent. Now, I also understand that you have a new board president.
We do.
Now, tell me about that person.
Well, we're very excited. Our new board president this year is Mr. Carl Marshall. And so people may know that Carl Marshall is an attorney here in the city. He actually has his own law firm here in the city. He also is a municipal judge, and so people may see him or know of him as he is a judge in several cities. And so we are just very excited to have Carl. He comes with a wealth of knowledge, with really a lot of guidance and support for me, which is great, because as an executive director, that's what you want, a great board president. And we're just really, really excited to begin this journey with him, to continue to decide what Brand New Day is going to do next and what direction we go into. So.
Now, in addition to the new board president, are you looking for new members?
So every March, April, we recruit for new board members. And so we actually just had a great board spring mixer about a month ago, where we invited about 10 potential board members to a dinner and really talked to them about what it means to become a member of Brand New Day's board. We have a great dedicated volunteer board, but it does take work and commitment and access to resources, and so you don't want people who can only direct the money your way, but you want people who have great relationships throughout the state. You want people who understand our mission and who are committed to our mission and believe in affordable housing. And so we are always accepting resumes of people who may be interested, but it is kind of a dating relationship initially, because we need to make sure that we're good for each other. And that's really important in the selection of a board member. We only meet 6 times a year, so it's really important that people are very committed to doing everything that we ask of them as a board member.